Welcome to my channel. This is Mario Lloyd, also known as Real Estate Guru PK. On this channel, we talk about my real estate endeavors. We also have the top real estate producers and the top entrepreneurs in the country. Be sure to click the link below with Justin P with his Support Black Colleges marketing course. Also with Jason White's Crack the Code affiliate link, click that below as well. Also to support the channel, Webull, M1 Finance, Chase, Discover, Robinhood, and Public, a stock trading app. We hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Real Estate Guru PK signing up. Well, we got my homegirl.
Hey, what's up?
Last like what, 7 years?
Yes, it's
Got
been
my
a minute.
homegirl.
How'd
Jen.
y'all meet?
Instagram.
It's
Networking.
very crazy.
Yeah, like when I first started my Instagram journey, like I was like one of the only people like in real estate that I knew of, and she was doing it too. So we kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
So
What year was that?
like 2015, 2016.
somewhere,
yeah.
That's a long time.
And then we kind of like I sent her some contractors. She be telling me tips, and we just be
You sent us some contractors.
yeah.
Yeah, I had a project that was going on, and I needed some people. It was really, really tough trying to find somebody back in my hometown.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I was just talking about it with him, and he was like, "Oh, I know this guy. He travels, da 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 da." So it kind of went from there. I called him, hit him up. He came to my home state, and we kind of established some contracts. Yep, and got some
Been
rehab.
balling ever since, huh? That's my dog. Got a balling, huh? Yeah, balling ever since, huh? Yeah.
So where you want to start at?
It's you start. You tell me.
Where'd you start? Like how'd you start? How
Okay.
did you start? And are you doing flips? Are you doing buy and hold?
So I started real estate. Well, I'm a nurse. So
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I guess
Still
we can just start
currently a
there.
nurse.
Okay.
Still actively practicing.
Okay.
I own my own home health care agency, so I run that full time, and I just pretty much use that business to,
Buy other businesses.
exactly,
Wow.
pretty much.
Mm.
Yeah.
I used to
Pretty
work for a home health.
Oh,
I'm a
really?
physical therapist. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. You do.
Yeah.
therapy.
Yeah.
Do you have to be a nurse to open up a home health care?
Administrative wise, no. It's good because you're
probably easier,
knowledgeable.
right?
Yes. A lot of people don't understand. It's like a lot of people get into fields because they see the money, right?
Mm.
So they don't really understand the knowledge, the amount of, hard work and effort and consistency you have to have. So I really feel like me being a nurse actually helped me in my business, which is why we'll be celebrating. Well, actually, I just celebrated my 10-year back in March. So
Only 10
Yeah.
years, and you have your own home health agency.
Yeah.
How long have you had your own home health agency?
10 years. So I just celebrated my 10-year.
Oh, of having your own.
Yes.
Oh, I thought.
My 10-year
So how long have you
anniversary
been a
business.
nurse?
I've been a nurse since 2007.
I don't know how many years that is.
I was in middle school.
17
13
years.
years
Yeah.
plus 4.
Okay.
There you go. Boom.
So,
17, yeah.
and then I'll be 10 years having my Medicaid certification in
Wow.
October. So this is kind of
You ever
like,
thought about selling that business?
Hmm.
Like for
no, not
no,
right
because
now.
I know people to
It's too
get
lucrative.
all that get
me,
it set up. It's like
It's very,
it's hard to get it all set up.
It's definitely hard. Again, you just have to go through every hurdle and just, stay committed and consistent. That's why I said for me, I feel like it's easier because I have the knowledge as a nurse. I went through a lot of, training. Before I even started it, though, I worked at the hospital on the weekend program as a critical care nurse. So I worked in the ICU. We did a lot of open heart surgeries, things like that. Okay. So it was very hard because I feel like we didn't have a lot of Black nurses, in the facility working. And I feel like it was a lot of racism going on. So then I was just like, okay, well, let me figure something out. So at that moment, I was like, I'm looking to some businesses to see how I can elevate my nursing career. And then I went into that. I first had a adult family home, but for me, being an owner of an adult family home, you have to also take into account how much hard work that takes. That has to be open 24 hours. You got to have employees, right? A lot of people are not working or don't want to work. You're going to get call-ins. Who's going to be, put on the forefront to have to go into these shifts. You are, because these people have to have somebody there looking after them, taking care of them, and things of that nature. So I said, okay, I got to do something that's going to require less of my time, right? So then I'm like, okay, well, let me look into this. So as I went into that, I ended up getting a part-time job at another home health care agency just to kind of see how things were structured. So I had to take it upon myself to figure out if that's something that I really wanted to tackle and put all my hard work and effort into. And so once I did get past the state certification and got my license and things of that nature, I ended up quitting the hospital and then start doing that full time so I could focus on building that company up.
You got any partners?
No.
You did it all by yourself?
Yes, 100%
Oh, wow.
owner.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many rental properties you got?
How many rental properties I have? Right now I have 13 properties. I'm actually getting ready to list and sell one, so I'll have 12.
12.
Did you think about like, I know there's been this downturn in real estate, kind of like as far as like house pricing, it's kind of flat or whatever. Did you think about selling your property? I know I told you about that. I was like, probably was it last year? I was like, man, you want to sell some of these properties now, man?
I was like, hell no.
Right,
He's like, hell no.
absolutely.
But what do you think about that?
So for me in my current situation, I don't think I'm in a position where I have to. Again, starting off, because I did save money, I didn't go in like full force with taking loans out. I own most of my properties free and clear.
Nice.
So that's what helped me leverage the money that I needed to continue to build.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
How many you got free and clear?
I like, you got 13 free and clear, $2,000 a month. No.
Well, so let's just say I took
Yeah.
a few of my free and clear and I took out equity and I used that money so I no longer have to use hard money. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So how are you acquiring these properties? Are these properties like rehabs, or are they turnkey?
So when you go into these deals, you have to make sure that you have an exit strategy, right? Some people don't like fix and flip. Some people want to do the buy and holds to get the passive income and coming. When I go into these deals, I want to make sure that I'm either able to keep it or sell it. So I have two ways that I'm either going to keep it or sell it,
Exactly.
you know? So I'm not just stuck with one situation. So like the house I have now, I don't have to sell it, but I want to sell it because I want to have the extra money and cash that I need to keep recycling it. But if I decide to keep it, I could keep it and rent it out or rent it to someone who's doing rooming houses. That's real big right now.
What?
Rooming houses. A lot of people are renting out the room.
Okay. I've heard
Yeah,
people
so
doing that,
have contacts that are very highly interested in that, and their businesses are really flourishing with that. So I could easily just partner up with them. I don't have to worry about renting the rooms out. I can give it to them and make that their responsibility. I just collect the rent every month. So there's options.
Wow.
You just have to really network and connect with other people that are in real estate because there's so many other avenues to continue to make that passive income or whatnot. So
What's the most you made on the flip?
a little over 60.
60,000?
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's real good.
Yeah.
What's the worst eviction you ever had?
Oh my God.
That's a good question.
So during the moratorium period where people were,
COVID.
during COVID, and people were not paying rent because they
Not paying.
right, not paying because the law was basically stating to them, hey, you don't have to pay rent because, we're in this period of
And
financial
was that the law or was that the
hardship.
CDC telling them that?
Huh?
Was that the law or the
news.
CDC?
That was like on the news.
Yeah, but I'm saying, who was the authority that gave them the right to do that?
I believe it was the city.
Was it
The city,
Oh,
yeah.
It was based
I
on
thought
the
it was the CDC.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
like,
all
CDC
city.
ain't got nothing to do with real estate.
At all.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
City, yeah.
And so they would offer them to apply for like local programs that would help them get caught up on their rent. And a lot of times some of these people would falsify documents, you know what I'm saying they had a financial hardship, but when it came time to prove the financial hardship, they couldn't. And then guess what? You still are not able to collect rent. So I had this one girl who stayed at the property or whatnot Oh, and I got to tell you an update on that because something else just happened with that property.
Okay.
So, she was not paying her rent. She was making small payments, but I swear it was July, August, September, October, November, December, January. I think the sheriffs came and put her for 8 months. She didn't pay rent. So she was in the hole. I think, how much was her rent? Her rent was $850 a month. So I wasn't really charging her a whole lot for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
3-bedroom, 2-bath for $850.
Yes, and that's the thing too. During that time, I knew people were having a very financial difficulty with keeping up with their bills. Okay, I'm not trying to get rich overnight. I get it. Like at the end of the day, I'm not. Most people were going up after all of that started to level out. $200-$300 in their rent. I have never went up on my rent. I've only had 2 evictions during this whole process of ever, being a landlord. So people appreciate that at least I'm not, oh, your rent's going up this month. Oh, your rent's going up $200. I definitely could, but it's going to do me a disservice because guess what? Now I got to find another tenant, right? I got to vet these tenants out. It's costing me more time. I don't have that kind of time when I'm running multiple businesses. Dealing with the fix and flips, that's time in itself. Checking on the properties every day, things of that nature. So I'd rather have, for sure money that I know these tenants can afford it and I'm not chasing after them month to month. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm living comfortably with getting the amount that I'm charging them for the rent.
So are you, any of your patients, any of your renters Section 8? Do you believe in Section 8? Are you against Section 8?
I'm actually in the process of applying for Section 8 on the duplex I just finished. So I'm just waiting to get my occupancy permit, which I'm supposed to have next week. And hopefully once I get that, then it can get approved to have Section 8.
How do you feel about that, Mario?
Feel about what?
Section 8.
Man, I'm done with Section 8.
I thought I saw a video. You like, I'm done with Section 8, man. It was just...
Yeah,
you got any advice or what? Yeah, you saw that.
Just treat them like any other tenant. If go through their background, and if they don't qualify, they don't qualify. Don't be making exceptions, and
that's something I had to learn too in this business. Yeah. I'm a very compassionate person at heart.
Me too.
I thrive off loyalty, and my thing is, I'm learning to separate feeling bad for people because it's doing me a disservice as well in the long haul. Because I always end up getting stabbed in the back, for being the nice person and trying to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Some people are really good at just tugging at people's emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that eviction, she eventually got out. Oh, it was so crazy. The sheriffs came to put her stuff out. Now, when they were putting her stuff out, I'm like, oh, they're taking boxes. She's got Louis Vuitton boxes and all this name brand
funding
stuff.
Her lifestyle.
And I was just like, this is crazy.
Those are mine.
And I didn't want her stuff. I wanted her to come get her stuff. I gave her opportunities to come get her stuff. She just never came and got her stuff, So clearly she didn't want it. So when they came, she was trying to fight me, cussing me out,
like physically fight you?
Yes, she was chasing after my car. It was just a mess. And then the second one that I had that I recently just won just last year, but that was going on for a prolonged period of time. I ended up acquiring that property because the person lost their property. So I ended up letting her stay in the house even after I purchased the house because she lost it because of tax foreclosure. But she was there for at least 5 years. And I kept telling her, I already got funny vibes from her. The advocates, the community advocates, people ended up helping her get caught up on her rent. They gave her $6,500. She still wasn't catching up with her rent. She didn't pay her rent for months.
She got $6,500. She didn't give it to you?
No, they gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
But even after I applied it to her back rent, she was caught up and then she still fell behind. So all these months you didn't pay your rent, what were you doing with your money? You need a place to stay. You can get on payment plans with the electric bill and all this other stuff, but you have to have a place to lay your head. You got to just, prioritize. It's just what I think. So long story short, with that situation, she was giving me signs that something wasn't right, and I tried to stay in communication with her. She just kept spinning me, and it was right before my birthday when I got ready to leave to go out of town for my birthday to LA back in September. I came back and it was clothes and just trash everywhere in the backyard. Like, she just came out there and threw everything outside. And I had all these notices from the city, like waste violation notices, like, oh, if you don't come clean it up, we're going to charge you X amount of dollars, you know, and all this other stuff. So we got that stuff cleaned up in 2 days, though. But it was just a point. So
why was she doing that? She
was saying that she had some type of medical, like, hardship of some sort or whatnot. But come to find out, she moved out of town, which was very odd. And I'm like, well, if you're moving, you just need to communicate that with me. She thought she wasn't going to have to pay that water bill. I mean, I had all the documentations when we went to court, and she was like, no, I was already gone. But, you know, with the water bills, they come out once every 3 months, okay? So that means if you were there within that 3-month period and the bill doesn't come out until 3 months later, you owe for the time that you were in the property. And people just don't think, like, again, I'm never going to just charge you something that you didn't use. Like, I'm not that type of person. I worked with her continuously and gave her the benefit of the doubt, didn't allow her to pay, told her to apply for the program again, you know. So she applied for the program 2 years in a row and got it every single time, but I don't understand how or what she was doing with her money. It was one time I rode past, like, you know, just going somewhere, and I ended up driving past. They had a whole party on the side of, because it's a vacant lot on the next door to it. They had a whole party outside, like, having a good time. So I'm like, you can't be hurting too bad. Y'all out here living up.
Did you stop by the party?
No, I didn't. I just kept it moving. Like,
what's the worst contract you ever had?
oh my God, the worst contractor. Oh Lord,
It must be
Jesus.
probably the first one you had, right?
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
I
the first and
remember
the
that. I
last.
remember
That was
your first.
the first episode that we had together. Yeah, that guy. I don't know.
I mean, you learn from it though.
I definitely
You
did. That's
learn
why I
that-
started contracting. That's why I'm a
Yeah.
licensed contractor now, because
Nice.
yeah, I had to take advantage of that situation. Again, I try not to let, like, setbacks or, like, hardships define, you know, what my next step is going to be. It actually drives me to do better. And I try to take it all and just learn from it. So I ended up taking, doing the courses to become a licensed contractor, started to develop my team. From that point, I was recognized from my city as a one of the female in construction that was doing, you know, really good for the community and the city and stuff like that in 2021. So that made me feel real good too. I have periods where I just feel like it is hard and difficult because I don't know. I feel like me being a woman, sometimes having to communicate with men, communication is not always very clear, and assumptions are made instead of people just being open and communicating. Again, like, if we're all working on a project or a team or on a house, which is one full project, no one should be going behind each other's back saying, oh, well, this person did that and that person did this. Like, if you're the plumber and you need to get your plumbing done, let's get your plumbing done so the next people can come in and take care of what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? It's not a tit for tat type of thing. We all want one common goal, to get the job done, so I ain't got to come back here no more. So it's just like, it's just weird working with people sometimes, and, you know, trying to stay positive and not hurt people's feelings or come off as being, you know, harsh or negative or aggressive. You get what I'm saying? Again, my goal is to make sure that I don't have to keep backtracking. The more I have to backtrack, the more money it costs. And that's another thing too. I just feel like people don't realize the extent of how involved real estate can be, especially when you fixing and flipping. You have so many things that come up that are beyond your control that you didn't foresee. And then you have to fix that stuff. Like, you get what I'm saying? And that's costing more money. So you got to account for the bills that you're paying during the flip. So when people talk about, oh, I made $100,000, did you really make $100,000? Did you subtract the taxes? Did you subtract the insurance? Did you subtract, the extra $2,000 it costs to get the pipes unclogged because the house has been vacant for over 6 months, and the pipes haven't been used, So it's a lot of stuff that kind of goes into it. The reward is there at the end, but there has been many, many times that I have went over budget because of unforeseen issues.
What's the most you made G seeing?
The most I made G seeing, to be honest, I would say 5.
5,000?
Yeah, 5.
Oh,
I don't charge a large lump sum, and sometimes again,
because you don't need it.
Because I don't need it. It's not that. And I have to stop thinking like that too, because I do need it. Like, again, how else am I going to keep climbing and elevating so I can put people in positions so I don't have to always be
So you have to talk to
there.
the man. You need a man to talk to the man. That's what you need. Yeah.
Well, would you be mad at would you be mad if your son didn't want to be an entrepreneur?
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to say kind of, sort of. And the only reason why I'm going to say that is because I work extremely hard. Like, coming from my background, I would hope that seeing how my life has changed from being younger. Again, I didn't have my mom or dad growing up, and just being able to overcome so many obstacles, I would hope that he can see how determined and how, how hard I work, like how driven, exactly, how driven I am, because I would want him to appreciate that and say, hey, my mom built this and I'm going to keep this, going.
Do you think kids understand that?
Not at his age.
No,
right
I'm
now.
saying, do you think kids that come from you're giving them a better life than you had,
right?
And
Absolutely.
so he doesn't understand the grind, just I'll say I'll say my brother. We grinded. My brother got to a certain level, but then his kids or one of his kids doesn't understand the grind.
Right.
They want to coast.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes when your back is against the wall, then you understand the grind.
Yeah, you're forced to kind of
Do you make him do things or
absolutely
so that he can
absolutely
be more grounded? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
be more grounded.
Yeah, absolutely. So I definitely make him I do things to make him more responsible. Even with the whole real estate stuff that we have going on right now, my oldest and him are responsible for property rounds. So they're, put in a position where now my oldest is driving, so they go around and make sure that the properties are kept in good condition, that people are taking care of the grass. There's been violation notices that have been mailed to us because tenants haven't been keeping up with their grass. In certain lease agreements, they are responsible unless if they don't want to be responsible, then they have to pay us a fee and they will cut the grass. So they're in charge of making sure that the maintenance of the yard and the snow removal and things like that, because we're in Wisconsin, so we have the snow is shoveled and things of that nature. My son, my youngest, is also as of late been doing property. We ride through the neighborhoods and leave our cards, on distressed properties and things of that nature. So I'm just trying to teach him some things that he can do to kind of let him understand what it takes. And if this is something that you do want to get into, he told me the other day too, he was like, oh, I see why you're so tired, because I had them helping me take the stuff to the house for the staging for the house I'm getting ready to list right now. He was like, I see why you be so tired.
Keep them working.
You do your own staging or you have a company?
No, I do my own staging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I get pieces. I buy nice pieces like the couch or something, right? That I can change up pillows and add new pictures and things like that, just so I don't have to keep changing out the big stuff. But yeah.
Have you thought about doing Airbnbs or anything like that? Or is that just you already content where you at right now?
On the low, I actually do have an Airbnb, but we won't talk about that. But
I ain't gonna tell nobody. We ain't gonna tell nobody.
Okay.
You want your son to go to college?
If that's his choice,
Yeah.
again, I'm not going to tell him, oh, no, you're not doing this. If that's something he has his heart set on, I definitely am going to support him in whatever it is that he wants to do. Like right now, he wants to get back into basketball. So I've been trying to explain to him, like, if you start something, you have to finish it. So you
How
have
old
to.
is he?
He's 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good
13.
age.
Oh, he trying to hoop?
Yeah. So now he's back into basketball. From before he was doing football, I was a little nervous about the football. Very
Why?
concerned because he's smaller. My son is smaller.
Football's good for young men.
Yeah, but you know,
Till they get hit.
till
in
he
the
get
head.
hit,
yeah,
and then I'll be
break
like, "Oh, my
something,
baby."
yeah.
They
So
need that.
I'm like,
They need it.
so I'm very concerned about him with that. But I'm actually happy that he's more in tune now with getting back into basketball. So, yeah.
He good. He can hoop.
Yeah, he's getting better. He's more of a shy type person, and that's why I kind of tell him he has to start opening up.
You got to get him trained. I feel like basketball.
gotta bring
I'm
him
really
down
into basketball. I
south.
know Mario. That's how we met, and I feel like you got to get that confidence. In basketball, you got to
Yeah.
really get the confidence
Yeah.
up.
You
can't
You
hoop
got
as
to
long as
practice.
layers, though.
You can't
Absolutely.
hoop.
Be
So
blowing
no, how
layers.
y'all bet? Because he can't hoop.
You say he can't hoop?
He be blowing layers.
Oh, you be blowing what?
He said
Layup.
layup.
That's because I came from happy hour, so I couldn't.
Nah.
Oh, you was drinking and then went to hoop?
Nah, we was playing all day. He just passing the ball. He just
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so I don't know what he
I
talking
came
about
from
right
happy
now.
hour. I saw 2 hoops.
Nah,
Mm.
you lying.
So,
Well, no,
what
that's-
do you think about the Airbnb? Like, what's your you feel like it's good, or are you just testing the waters right now? Or
I guess I would just say I'm testing the waters. I'm not really putting my heart and soul into it like that right now. It's just another way to generate some form of
the
extra.
only reason I'm saying, because you said the staging,
hmm
and I figured like if you can stage, you could probably be pretty good at the Airbnb thing.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
I think I did pretty
the
well with decor
presentation.
for sure. Absolutely, it's nice.
What's the most you made in a month?
He goes
On the
right to numbers.
Airbnb.
No, on everything.
Oh.
all together.
Come on. Let me see them numbers.
So with the rental properties, okay, so I had 3 vacancies last year.
Was that the entire year or what?
So one was for the entire year, one was half of the year.
Okay.
Why is that?
She got to tell us.
I know what she's in
I wanna hear
Milwaukee. I don't know what the
Trying to
economics are in
but no.
Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, I do feel like you know, where your rentals are is
Yeah.
going to determine the type of tenant that you have, unfortunately. So
Milwaukee
with
is
that
good
one
city.
house that I told you I had to evict the young lady,
Yeah.
and she left all the trash, I just was sick of it. I was just done. So I just didn't want the headache. So I kind of left it sitting.
Gotcha.
And I
You let
was
that
just
sit
like,
in?
No.
yeah.
Okay.
I can
okay,
see
okay.
Sometimes when you
Okay,
put all that
baller.
energy
Oh,
into
no,
it.
no, no.
So what's the
don't-
number?
You can afford to leave it slid.
Yeah, you can,
Oh,
if you
y'all
can
are
afford to leave,
$50,
you got some money.
$60.
No, what?
What's the
No,
number?
it was not
100,000?
purposely because even that, okay, so
Yeah.
I tried to do the rooming house with that. And let me tell you about this crazy man. So I went through this company, got approved to, list my property for the rooming housing.
Mhm.
Ended up getting a call back. They had a couple people lined up that wanted to come see the place. I approved the one guy because he had a case manager and she was going to be pretty much overseeing and make sure his rent and stuff get paid, XYZ.
That's nice.
Long story short, got the house furnished, bought the refrigerator stove, put the washer and dryer in there. And not even 7 days, this man gave my keys to some people, I guess, that he knows. And he was there and he allowed these people to go in and steal all of the stuff on camera. I have video camera and footage that showed exactly what they were doing. So I was just like, this is insane. So I was like, no, I can't have this. This is a headache. So that's why I was just like, I'm done. I'm not doing anything to this house for the rest of the year. Let me just finish these couple houses that I got going on right now. Because at the time, I had 2 flips going on right at that time. And I finished one, I sold it, and then I wanted to get done. And
That's beautiful.
so I pitched the idea to a friend. You know, she does rooming, so now she's renting that property out to her people. But she has a name in that industry, and a lot of case managers know that's her line of business. So she has those connections. That's why I said it's good to network with people, because if their business is already in that field, then it's good because you lessen the, workload on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't try to be everybody. Like, you don't got to be the real estate agent plus the flipper plus the contractor plus you get what I'm saying? If that's not in, you know.
But that's what they preach in our community though, to be all of that in one.
Yeah, with all them jobs, how much did you make in the month?
Went right back to it.
Yeah, because y'all just she ain't never answered. Y'all just get saying something else. I'm trying to get the question in.
So my rentals definitely bring over 10.
10 a month.
And yeah, my flips and then my nursing.
So what the most you made in a month before? Was 75, 60?
No.
Not that high?
Over 6 figures?
There's nothing wrong with saying.
No.
Ain't nobody
No,
wrong.
not over 6 figures. So like 80, 90?
Yeah.
Ish.
Good, man.
Between 50 and...
What'd you do with the money?
Huh?
What'd you do with the money?
What did I do with the money?
Yeah.
I always reinvest my money. Yeah.
Really?
I always pay my debt off. So I'm almost done paying my student loans, even though Biden, you know, I'm like, I'm a nurse. Like, I can't get that back.
The hospital ain't pay for those?
No. Well, so you have to work. In order to get your nursing student loans forgiven, you have to work in public service. So, like, for the government and stuff like that. So, because I'm a for-profit business, I can't get them forgiven.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I finished paying off some of them. So, I owe like 30 now. So.
Oh, that ain't bad. You make that in them.
That's
don't pay that, man.
I mean, why? Like, if you got like,
right?
I mean, mine's are like that, and I pay $200 a month.
Yeah.
Oh, you got student loans?
I got student loans,
bro.
I didn't have to. I invested.
You just did it. You just did it because you okay.
I was in the military. I didn't have to, but they were like, "Oh, I'll give you $40,000," and I was like, "All right." I took it. You know.
I like that.
Yeah. So I always reinvest my money though. That's the play. You're supposed to. Like, you definitely got to keep it circulating so you can, you know, buy in better areas and things of that nature.
Okay.
So like if somebody was starting off, they want to be the home health care nurse practitioner you got going on. What are the 5 things they need to do?
So you would just go to your
talk to you first.
Well, I guess you could talk to me because I've been in it for a long time. I know exactly what you need to do, what people you should have in place to make sure that your business is running effectively. One thing I will say is it's definitely hard keeping people in the office, though. Again, I foresee myself not working in the office at all. I don't want to sell the business, but I do want to be completely behind the scenes. So I would definitely want to get to a point where I hire an office manager to kind of run things because I am the nurse, I can't sign off on all the paperwork and things of that nature, which is nothing. So, you know, that's the advantage of being your own nurse because then you have to outsource to find nurses and things of that nature and really hope that they understand what they're doing because a lot of the nurses that have never worked in, you know, home care. And a lot of them work behind desks and stuff like that, so they don't really understand the nature of it. Exactly.
Is that the same as like assisted living? It's the same thing.
Assisted living. So no,
you go to people's homes.
Yeah. So with home health care.
Oh, you going to the home?
You're
not like they're not in the home and the nurse there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I did it before.
Oh, you did it before?
Yeah, I used to do it.
Yeah.
You're not a nurse.
I'm a physical.
But it's not 24 hours.
I do physical therapy instead of going to a
You do the
I thought you was a stock guy.
Yeah,
physical therapy.
I actually did it when I was a student.
Oh, okay.
Then I liked it, and then the pay is a lot higher. You know, you can probably make double.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I did it for 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
See.
I thought you was a stock guy.
What? I mean, I haven't done physical therapy in 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I'm living off my crypto.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even know. I thought you was a stock guy for real.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Where you see yourself in 5 years?
So, you know, it's funny you say that because I want to get to a point too where I have a lot of people hitting me up, asking questions and things of that nature, but I really don't have the time because I'm doing so many things. Like, you got to understand, I'm being a mom. I'm doing the nursing stuff, the housing stuff, the rental stuff.
Fiance.
Yep, my fiance, and his situation. So, and then, you know, just trying to make sure I'm keeping myself together as well throughout the whole entire process. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of demand, but I do want to get to a place where I am able to, give back to people who are interested in the industries, because I am knowledgeable about a lot of stuff, and I can help them from making a lot of the mistakes that I made. I've made some very costly mistakes. I think I took a $27,000 loss before,
That ain't nothing. You make that in a day.
Oh, stop. That's something. That is definitely something. But you got to think about all the bills that come with that too. Because, people, again, get into things because of the money, but you don't know you have to have workers' comp. You have to have general and professional liability insurance. You have to have your Medicaid audits in check. It's just a lot to deal with. And when you see those numbers, you're like, okay, well, this is where the bulk of the money is going because that stuff costs. So it's not cheap. So, especially when you're running your business the right way.
You ever thought about a staffing company, like staffing nurse? Like that's what I was doing. I was I started a staffing company for physical therapy.
Okay.
So I didn't have the red tape. You know what I'm talking about? The red tape that you have with the right. Because I wanted to do a home health, but there's a lot of red tape that you have to get through. So anyways.
Yes. So putting systems in place just so I can, have more time to do things that I enjoy doing, especially since I kind of built a lot of this stuff from the ground up. I definitely want to spend more time doing things that I enjoy and that I can actually look back and say, wow, I did this. It's worth it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's worth it.
What you do to detox, just chill or just...
So I take myself on spa retreats. I travel by myself, spending time alone. I reflect a lot. Music. I love music.
What music you like?
All kinds. I listen to everything. Yeah.
What's your favorite? Who you listen to right now?
I listen to everything. I don't have a specific
Key Glock.
42.
I like rap. I like R&B. I listen to a lot of pop too. I mean, I'm well rounded when it comes to
Where you originally from?
Wisconsin.
You're
Milwaukee.
Originally? Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee.
Okay, I wasn't sure. You said
yeah,
L.A.
Milwaukee. How you know about that?
I know everything about the Midwest.
It seems like you do, bro. I know a little bit about everything, man.
I love the Midwest, man. I love the Midwest. I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do want to give back to some people, especially people growing up, not really knowing, where to turn or where to go. I wish I knew so many things that I know now that I could have done then, because I would be way ahead.
You'd be way ahead.
I
think you're pretty ahead.
Nah, you do.
Y'all keep saying that. Y'all say that, but I feel like I could be so much
you could
further.
leave a house alone and not have to worry about renting it out or flipping
Oh my God.
You got money.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah. You doing your thing, man.
I feel like I haven't seen you with 4 years or something like that. And I remember your story because you told me about the contractor.
Yeah.
And that's why I remember you. And I felt like I was like, whoa, you jumped so far ahead.
Thank you.
In just a few years.
Doing your thing, man.
Yes.
That was
and I know God is not done with me yet.
Yeah.
He has brought me out of some very, very, very crazy situations. And sometimes I have moments, and that's what I'm saying. People think that it's just all peaches and cream. It is not. Yeah. There's been many times I reached out to Mario. I'm like, man, I need to hurry up and sell this house. I need my money tied up. It's been many times. But
what did he tell you when you reached out to him?
He's like, it's going to be okay. You're going to sell the house. The house is going to get sold. Yeah, he cool. It's just having people to relate to and, communicate about certain things that other people just don't understand. It's so important. It's so important. But yeah, I've been through a lot. And
but you're here.
God. Yes, I
and
thank God.
One piece, and that's all that matters.
He carried me through the storms, and I'm here, still standing. So I'm appreciative.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for flying out here.
Yeah,
blessing us on the podcast.
Of course, I'm so glad y'all.
You a Bucks fan?
Everybody,
of course.
Everybody, don't worry about him. Everybody,
don't worry about me, man.
Everybody, dang your Instagram.
Ron B, follow me on Instagram.
At Miss Turner 3 S's.
Jenthekeeper, JenAkeePer.
Man, shout out Wiz Kid, man. He made this shirt for me. Hey, K, love you, brother. On here, man.
It's kind of tight though, man.
So nigga, fat.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Our pleasure.
Love you, brother.
Y'all have a nice day.